Hello, my name is Scott Collier. In 2007, I suffered a traumatic brain injury, as well as other life-altering injuries in a work-related auto accident. Since that time, I've written a copyrighted book. The book is called Traumatic Brain Injuries, The Long and Difficult Battle, and the subtitle, The Devil's Gift. I feel the title of the book described my ordeal all too well, and now that I've finished documenting my story, I feel an overwhelming burning desire to document the incredibly misfortunate stories of so many other individuals as well. Because all too many times that a little guy like me is injured or falls ill, we are so very cruelly forced to face so very many unimaginable and unjustifiable damn struggles. We are treated just like little fish in a big fish's pond, because we have no real way of fighting back against what all too many times is a highly malignant system. In my very own personal struggles, I've reached out for help anywhere I could think of, including to my local congressman and congresswoman's office, as well as to my local media outlets, who all claim to be fighting the good fight for the little guy like me. Unfortunately, I received nothing more than lip service nearly everywhere I've turned. So I fully understand the tremendous importance of giving the little guy a voice, as well as tremendous need for a forum for them to discuss their many, incredibly difficult, and very unpleasant daily struggles. So I say welcome one and all to your very own One United Voice on Dundalk TV.
Scott was a raving maniac after he had that accident. He was irrational, screaming. He couldn't be calmed down. There wasn't any sense in talking to him. It was just a matter of listening, because he carried on so. He was irrational, and I told him he needed a doctor.
Go.
Okay. Hi, I'm Gina Cheney Caldwell, and I'm just here to talk about when I knew Scott when I first moved back to Logan. I noticed Scott didn't really come out of the house much, seemed kind of slow in the mind. Didn't know him, so you didn't want to put a label on him of retardation or anything like that. And through the last couple of years that I've gotten to talk to him, I have seen some progression, found out that he had brain injury, and that's why he wasn't out and about, couldn't do much, couldn't remember much. So through this at least last year and a half, 2 years maybe, I have seen where he has progressed, is getting out, has a heart for trying to help people that have this situation and have been through this trauma, and is doing the book and just trying to get it out there to the public and to be aware of. I've seen how he has grown, and has some encouragement now, and really just wants to help the community and people.
Okay, today is July 16th, 2012. My name is Jean, and I've known Scott for a number of years. For a while, Scott was with our reenactment group. We do 1812 reenactments, and Scott joined us, and for a while it seemed like he was doing pretty good, but after a bit it seemed like he just wasn't fitting in, taking the commands, what they had to do in a reenactment for the marching and how to load the rifles, and people would get frustrated with Scott. We didn't know what was going on with Scott or anything like that, but we knew he had some sort of problem. I had heard that he had the accident and the brain trauma, and it wasn't until recently then that he kind of just drifted away from our group. And everyone asked about him, like, where's Scott? Anyone heard from Scott? Which we didn't. Then, when he resurfaced, so to speak, that we became reacquainted again, Scott had dropped a lot of weight, and he seemed calmer, more focused, like a transformation went on. And that's what we were talking about in our reenactment group, that Scott just needed maybe some time away to get his act together. That's what we thought. And he did get his act together. He's doing great. He's a godsend to the Historical Society in Dundalk here. He's such a help to them. Whatever needed, Scott's right there. And even with our reenactment group, although he's not back as a soldier or reenactor, he works behind the scenes for different things that are different events, and he's a real help. And I guess that's about all I can tell you, is that he's continuously working on himself, and he's very kind to everyone, which he's always been. Very gracious, very kind, very respectful. He's always been very respectful. But this just goes to show you what the transformation can do when he couldn't focus, he couldn't concentrate before, and we didn't understand why at the time. We just thought, oh, maybe he's goofing off or something, but he wasn't. And now when the other group, the people in the group see him, wow, Scott's really changed, and he has, for the better. And I hope he continues to change, because that's what life's all about, is change. We have to be able to change, to accept change in others, and to move forward.